Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on my channel. I'm Adam and today we're going to be doing a Beast Quest video. It's a recreation of a collab I did with Lucas and a video series I did a few years ago, but a bit different. So as we can tell, Lucas is not here. It's just me. So yeah, I'm by myself here. I have asked Lucas if he can do his own version and upload it to his channel. Whether he does or doesn't, I don't know. It'll be fine if he does, or fine if he doesn't. I don't mind. I just thought it'd be nice to see his opinion as well. As for the video series, instead of ranking all of the books, I'm just ranking 50. So I got the tower right next to me, and it's weird how tall this tower is. Because, like, I'm probably a good, I don't know how much I'm off the ground, but I'm probably, I don't know how to elaborate it. Let's call it 1.2 meters from the top of my head to the ground. Maybe, yeah, give or take. This is going up to 1.7 meters, so it's taller than me at the moment, and quite frankly, it's terrifying just to see how tall 50 books are. But yeah, I'm going to be ranking my top 50 favorite Beast Quest books of all time. So from when I started this channel in 2000, well, when I started making videos in 2018, I started off doing Beast Quest Beast reviews, where I started off with Series 1. That may need to be updated a little bit. And I went on from there. We're now at Series 30. 31 has been confirmed, so it's Series 32, I believe. And the first covers, and the covers for the first two books of Series 31 have been revealed. Lupix the Ice Wolf and Piranha the Water Dragon. Honestly, they look quite fine. Piranha looks familiar, and I'm thinking it looks like that crocodile monster in Ice Age 2. But it looks like something else that I've seen before as well, so I'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, as we're at the milestone of 30 seasons, I thought it would be a good idea to redo this video just to update my opinions and let you guys know, hey, I'm not dead. I just didn't upload for a while. I'm fine. Uh, it's been a long time. I know. Lots of stuff happened. Incredibly busy as well. But yeah. So let's get into this. Please bear in mind this ranking is my opinion. So if your opinion is different, which it most likely is, please in the comments below what your favorite top 3 or top 5, maybe even top 10 or God forbid top 50 favorite Beast Quest books down in the comments below. I'll be interested to see them, and I will read every comment, most likely reply to all of them. Can't promise anything with that one. But yeah, I'm going to be ranking these. My list is determined by my opinion on them beast wise, but also how successful they were in Battle of the Beasts. That doesn't necessarily win the winner of a tournament's going to be, hey, you got to be in my top 5 because you're my fate because you won the tournament. That's not how it works. But if I formed an attachment to a beast from Battle of the Beasts, it will be on this list. If I already liked a beast before Battle of the Beasts and it got better in Battle of the Beasts, it's going to be on this list. Even beasts that didn't do well in Battle of the Beasts are on here. So it's a bit of a mixed bag when it comes to how much they do in Battle of the Beasts, but they have made an imprint on that tournament, and there's a few books which have never been in the tournament but have already made an impression on me. So that's good. So with that, let's get into it. This is how high I need to reach for the first book. In 50th place, The first book to be revealed here, 50th place, we have Naga the Sea Monster. At one point, this was my favourite book of Series 3. No longer is now. And at one point, this would have been in the top 10. I think when I first did the Beast rankings with all the books, this one was in the top 20 at least. Now, it's in 50th place. It's gone down a lot. So, I don't know what happened there, but, not gonna argue. It's fine, just, it just lost respect for me because of how the imagery that I described its body being, despite not actually knowing what it is, it just disappointed me and made me think it could have been so much better. And then it's got the typical Hydra ability where its heads can regrow if it's sliced off, but then they attack the old heads. Like, that's a weakness and that's a gift and a weakness at the same time. And it really just knocks it down a few more pegs to the point where, honestly, I'm surprised it made it onto this list. But yeah, Naga, 50th place. 49th place, we have my favourite book of Series 3, being Cayman the Gorgon Hound. Now, I will say, 2 beasts from Series 3 making it on this list, I am actually kind of surprised by. Because, as I said in a video last year, I think, I find Series 3 to be quite overrated. So, to see 2 beasts from that series make it into the top 50, it just shows how much I value the beasts here. What's drawing Cayman down is that Cayman, in both the tournaments she was in, has died in round 1. Quite easily, might I add. So she hasn't really had much time to shine when it comes to that. But when it came to the tournaments anyway. But when it came to the memorability from Cayman in the book, to me, Cayman is the beast that can split into 3 versions of herself, jumped off a castle onto a rickety old drawbridge and drowned, and also severely injured Silver. So I remember bits and bobs from Cayman's story, and it's not a lot at the end of the day. Like, it's enough to make an impression to where Cayman is now my favourite of Series 3. I remember when I first uploaded Series 3 Beast of You, my favourite was Sting, I think, and then Naga was a close second. It was probably the other way around, I don't know. Then we had Cayman being 3rd place by a long shot, and the others, they are and still are at the back of the pack. But Cayman, yeah, 49th place. Honestly, I like her, but until she starts doing well, she's staying there or going lower. I don't know. 48th place, we have Crotax the Tusk Destroyer from Series 23. This is my favourite piece of Series 23, and I can't really explain why. She didn't exactly do well in the tournaments that she was in, considering she died in round 2 in the New Generation tournament and died in round 1 in the All Generation tournament. So, reason why Crotax is even here, I think solely has to do with the fact that the battles that she had stood out more to me than Zircon, Talker, and Querzil, but also her story, beast-wise, has stood out better to me as well, being a severe upgrade over Tusk. And that's pretty much all you need to do. Be an upgrade over a beast that I drastically dislike, and you're going to be a really good beast in my book. We'll see another case of that later. Much later, maybe an hour later, knowing how long this video is going to go. Okay, 47th place, we have Serpio the Slithering Shadow. This beast is from Series 11, participated in the Old Generation tournament, made it into the top 20, I believe. Round 4, I think. And in the All Generation tournament, he's in round 2, yet to fight. But yeah. So Serpio is still doing well, like he did in the previous tournament. Um, if there's one beast that I know is not going to be on Lucas's top 50 list, it'll be this one. Won't be surprised. And that's because there's a I yeah. In the Old Generation tournament, there was a battle which Serpio had against Silver, in which when I uploaded the video, Lucas messaged me saying something along the lines of these words. I look forward to seeing Silver kill Serpio, as it's so obvious Silver's gonna win. 15 minutes later, it comes back to me, messaging me saying, "What the hell was that? How did Serpio win?" And I'm like, I don't know. Serpio won because of the way I narrated it, but also Serpio is actually a very good beast battle-wise. And it's something I still stand by to this day. So, and I don't regret Serpio winning that battle. And I'm upset that Silver got eliminated that early in the tournament. I wouldn't say he lost unfairly. He just lost due to unlucky narration. I almost said poor narration. But yeah, Serpio 47th place for the sole reason of that fight, but also it's a bright spot in Series 11, being honest. Followed by Brutus. Brutus is good as well. 46th place, we have the only beast from Series 2, being Sultra the Stone Charmer. This beast has set an impact on me from when I first read it, being, I think, to me, one of the easiest to read books. I can't really explain why, because every time I'm not really a big fan of reading when I was growing up, but then I picked up Beast Quest again, Series 1, then fast forward a couple years later when I got Series 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, I had 7 before Series 1, don't ask, it was confusing. But when I got Series 2, I read Zephyr, I was like, oh, well, that's an interesting start. Claw, throw me off it. And then I got to Sultra, and Sultra, let's talk Beast here, used the whip and pulled me into the fog of Beast Quest. And ever since then, I never left. I'm still stuck in there by Sultra's alluring voice. Yeah, Sultra got me back into Beast Quest, and I think I need to say, hey, I have some respect for this beast for that. Sultra, I think, was on my original top 20 when I collabed with Lucas. To see how far she fell down, oh gosh, what happened? I have no idea why Sultra moved so far down, but I'd assume my respect for other beasts have gone up, was Sultra's whole gimmick has been reused in other beasts to a more successful state, in which Sultra's now just known to me as the beast that got me back into Beast Quest. So, unfortunately, whilst it's still in the top 50, it's probably not going to be there long in a few years' time. But I'm hoping she will be, but I don't know. Her design really lacks compared to everyone else. 45th place, we have Stritor the Skeleton Dragon. Now, this is probably the first, well, okay, second controversial pick that I have for having a very popular beast quite low on my list. Now, yeah, I like my dragons, don't worry. I like dragons. I'm a dragon guy. How to Train Your Dragon is my favorite film franchise. But I don't know what is it with Stritor. He was cool when I read it. His abilities are amazing. The art is great. But I think the whole gimmick around its design is what brings it down to me. Because Stritor was 20th place for me, I think, originally on my collab. but now he's gone down a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Stritor here, but I don't really know how to explain it. My respect for Stritor is still the same, but my respect for other beasts have just gone up even more, and Stritor unfortunately couldn't keep up. I wouldn't say he's overrated. I'll just say he's maybe too popular for his own good. Which is actually the same for the next beast I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to get so many haters here. 44th place, we have Krokol, the Father of Fear. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, probably the most popular series of new generation of Beast Quest. Series 24, and one of the books is here. Not to mention one of the most popular books about series. So yeah, what happened? Yeah, it's too popular for its own good, and the more I think about it, the more I'm actively believing this beast is overrated. Krokol is overrated, if you ask me. The only reason why it's above Stritor is because of the whole Tom transforming into Krokol thing. But other than that, Krokol is just an average kingdom destroying beast. I make it seem like it's a common thing, which it isn't. But I just need to make it clear that Krokol, alright beast, being honest, a little bit too popular for his own good. Doesn't deserve the love that he gets. And I wouldn't say he doesn't deserve all of it, I just think he should have a little bit less. 43rd place, we have Lustor, the Acid Dart. So with Lustor, honestly, I'm surprised Lustor is even on this list, but the more I really thought about his abilities and his fight in the book, the more I'm like, actually, no, that's actually a really good beast. I think the projectile acid spit is probably really good, but also from the throat sac with the projectile acid, but also being able to fling balls of acid from his tongue is also quite good as well. With the heat resistance, like, you got a good beast there. And if Noctilla didn't exist, Lustor would definitely be my favorite of that series. I believe when I did the series ranking, no, when I did the Series 10 Beast review, I think Lustor was actually my favorite. It was that or Voltrex, because back then, and still now, I think Texan and Doomskull are overrated. But my love for Noctilla didn't exist back then, though. So, yeah, Lustor would have been my favourite back then. I think, not sure, not gonna check. It's too much effort. 42nd place, we have actually a surprise entry here. Slivka the Cold-Hearted Curse. I'm surprised Slivka's here. And the reason why for that is because, honestly, I didn't really know much about her when I did the old generation tournament. And I didn't know anything much about her until I did the all generation tournament when I checked on her abilities. And her abilities, they're not really anything to write home about. I'm being honest. But I don't know, there's just something about that design and the fact that Strider was um the face of the Beast Quest A to Z books. So there's definitely something going on with Slivka there, but I think the way of how I narrated Slivka in her round 1 fight made me think this beast is here to play. Well, a little bit more than play. And I'll say it right now. I was trying to do an arc in the All Generation tournament where the Series 13 beasts would win their victories in the most overkill, brutal way possible. And then, bear in mind, only 3 beasts from Series 13 made it through to round 2. And 2 of them are already dead. So, you can tell how that works out. And I'm a bit disappointed about that. But Slivka still made a good enough impression on me to make it into this list. So, I would say the job is successful, but I wish could have been done better. 41st place, we have the first special on this list being Ferric the Iron Soldier. Lucas would be happy to see this one here. Originally, my opinion on Ferric was negative. I didn't like Ferric at all. Nowadays, I've become more accustomed to his ability, and now using his ability as a weapon in the All Generation tournament. Ferric, quite frankly, is getting the respect from me which Lucas thinks it deserves. And so is another beast, actually, which will be coming up soon. But yeah, Ferric is getting my respect now. Honestly, quite a good beast. I'm still not a big fan of its book, but hey, Battle of the Beast. That's what I'm ranking it on. As well as the actual book. 40th place, breaking into the top 40, we have Technos the Ocean Crawler. Now, for me, I knew I had to have Technos here because apart from maybe one other beast, 2 other beasts, Technos was a surprise beast for me back in the New Generation tournament. Because in the New Generation tournament, I was looking at the beasts thinking, oh, you're going to go far, you're going to go far, you're going to go far. I never looked at Technos and thought, yeah, you're going to do great. I just thought Technos is going to be like, yeah, you'll make it to round 2, but you're probably going to die afterwards. And no, I was wrong. I was so badly wrong. Could I get any more wrong? So going into the All Generation tournament with Technos, I'm like, okay, you're probably going to do well, and I hope you do, but I don't think you're going to win. And I don't even remember if Technos is through to round 2 yet or not. Whether he is or isn't, I don't know. But Technos, I feel like it's going to do well if he's still alive. And yeah, but in the New Generation tournament, Technos was definitely one of the 3 surprises that made it quite far. And the other 2 will be coming up later, but they're quite a distance away. Up next, being 39th place, we have Jakara the Ghost Warrior. Now, this beast I've always liked, but really, as a book, I liked it more for its story perspective. But using her in Battle of the Beasts, I'm starting to grow more accustomed to her. She has an arc in the All Generation tournament where she absorbs her victims and gains an ability from them. Only been used once because she's only had 1 battle. But she'll be fighting again soon. But I thought, yeah, that Jakara, like, alright beast originally, great story. Nowadays it's great story, great beast. My respect for it has gone up, and for once, Lucas really had no input on it. In the specials ranking, Jakara was 3rd place because of I ranked a bit on story perspective, and if I ranked it entirely on beast perspective, if I'm being honest, Jakara would be, I don't know, top 10 if lucky. But now Jakara's here, 39th place of all of them, so not that much of a downgrade. 38th place, 38th place, we have honestly another surprise entry for me. Considering I didn't really have strong opinions on it originally, but now I do. Merc the Swamp Man. And there's one person I need to blame for actually getting into liking this beast again. So, Jack Griffin, if you're watching this, yeah, you're the reason. Being honest, I don't know how Merc slipped into the forgettable beast category for me. But when Jack Griffin did his review in Series 6, he I watched it and mentioned some abilities which I missed when I did my beast review on him, in which I was shocked because I did not remember Merc having those abilities. So it turns out Merc is actually quite a good beast. So Series 6 now has another beast pulling it up from being overrated, which it still is, but it pulls it up from being a series saved by one beast instead of saved by two. I'll get to the other one later. But Merc, honestly, Jack, thank you for pretty much reminding me of what that Merc exists, because now Merc is on my top 50, 38th. 37th place, we have the other special, which Lucas got me into liking. That's Kyrax the Metal Warrior. Like with the story, I did not like this beast. And unlike Ferric, I wasn't a big fan of Kyrax's design either. But when I realised that Kyrax is pretty similar, I haven't seen the films, but pretty similar to, I think, the the T-3000, I think, from Terminator. The one made of liquid metal. Is either the T-1000 or the T-3000. I don't remember. It's based off the liquid metal Terminator, which to me was like, okay, that means nothing to me. I haven't seen Terminator, but I do know of that Terminator's abilities, in which I'm like, okay, I'm using this. I will use it in Battle of the Beast, and by God, I did. Kyrax did very good in the Special Generation Tournament, and will most likely do good in the All Generation Tournament if I finish round 2. But Kyrax, honestly, good beast. Don't know what I didn't see in it before, but I open my eyes now. I can see Kyrax for being quite a good beast. I'm still not a big fan of the story, though. Nothing you can say can make me change that. I'm not a big fan of Eagle. What can you say? What can I say? 33rd place, we have... 36th place, we have Tyrantix, the Bone Spider. Yeah, with Tyrantix, honestly, good beast of Series 21, but it's just an incredible upgrade over Arachnid, which originally I wasn't a big fan of, but I've always said, don't judge a book by its cover with Arachnid. Don't judge a book by its cover with Arachnid. Good beast, don't get me wrong. Tyrantix is so much better, though. You can't argue. I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm gonna make you read Tyrantix. It introduces a new character, being Baby Thomas. But and other than that, in the story, it doesn't really do much else. But for me, Tyrantix stands out as a beast which is an upgrade over Arachnid and a very intimidating beast in this series. So yeah, I do like Tyrantix for all those reasons. He didn't really do well in the tournament, but at this point, who does? 35th place, we have Glarky, Spear of the Depths. Oh, what do you know? The beast that killed Tyrantix in the NG tournament of Battle of the Beasts. Of course. Glarky, I've always liked Glarky. Great design, honestly. Awesome abilities. I stand by what I say. Great abilities. Don't judge me on that. If I was to say negative about Glarky, he dies very quickly. He really does. In the tournaments I do, Glarky doesn't last long, which is kind of upsetting, but neither does the next one I'm about to talk about, which is Nasefa, Spear of the Depths. 34th place, Nasefa. No, yeah. The Cursed Siren, sorry. Yeah. Great. I know this beast I like him for. I like her. Nasefa, I like her for actually having a job to do, along with her built-in sword. Reminds me of a bit like Hook. And like I said with Sultra, recycled ability with the siren voice. But to me, it's done quite well. Um, so yeah, Nasefa 34th. 33rd place, we have Gargantua, the Silent Assassin. Probably another surprise entry to be around here in the list, because I spoke very highly of it, um, but in its review, which was more recently than others, like probably 2 years ago now. But ultimately, Gargantua, like, I haven't reread it since, but it's doing all right. And then, well, actually, no, it died, died in the all generation tournament already. Um, so yeah, it's just here for now. I don't really have much to say about Gargantua apart from I like its power of persuasion. That's probably why it's up here. 32nd place. Okay, this is just sad. This is actually kind of funny, actually. 32nd place, I have Ospira, the savage sorceress. The beast which killed Gargantua and is now wearing a ring. Um, so good for Ospira. She found a ring. Yeah. Yeah, I like Ospira because honestly, I think her she is underrated because she's constantly compared to Kyrax in um I would say I'm not sure why. I don't know why, but from what I remember, I think Lucas constantly compares Ospira to Kyrax. Can't think why. But to me, Ospira stands out for being humanoid, which I don't like, but has the fiery spells, which you don't see very often, which makes Ospira to me quite a good beast in my opinion. Not to mention the backstory of it being Adaro's sister, which was never mentioned beforehand. There's the problem I have with it. But I do like Ospira, and her performance in Battle of the Beast is just making me like her more, really. 31st place, we have Grashgor, the Beast Guard. Yes. With Grashgor, quite frankly, determination. Done. I will go into more. Okay, so I only like Grashgor for the sheer determination that he has of how he will actually kill himself just to kill other people. He would sink the island that he's trapped on just to kill other people. He would kill other people just to kill other people. Grashgor is a menace to society, and quite frankly, I love him for that. Okay, I think I need to rephrase that better. Grashgor, non-stop fighter, definitely, but Grashgor is dedicated, I would say. He has a refusal to not lose. He has a refusal to lose because he won't lose. But if he realizes he's going to lose, he's going to lose on his own terms to where his victim dies as well as him. Or he takes other people with him. So, yeah, I think that's the best way to phrase it. 30th place, we have Amixis the Bug Queen. Now, the finale of Season 5. This had to have been here. Okay. I'm not ranking it story-wise, but I'm going to say it, though. This is the finale where Tom does not win. And, yeah, bit of a good finale as well. But beast-wise, recurring beast, I've always liked Mixus. Always been overshadowed by another beast, though. And once I said that's changed, it's still overshadowed by that beast. I don't know why, I don't know how, but quite frankly, Amixis, no matter how hard she tries, just can't beat that last beast from Series 6. And yeah, literally, she died to that beast in the old generation tournament, episode 5, I believe. One of my favourite battles, actually. Being honest, good battle for an old video. Very good battle. Okay, I'm done. But Amictus, great abilities, if you ask me, and willingness to defend her children. Good. And at the time, it was unique. Now it's just overused. 29th place, we have Creta, the Winged Terror. I knew that title without having to look at it. Yeah. So, the runner-up of the Specials Generation Tournament, and quite frankly, the beast which I'm expecting to do well in the All Generation Tournament. Not just well, like very well. But Creta, great beast, and was I originally didn't remember much of her. I now remember her as the original beast to have that swarm mode on ability, but also probably the most aggressive insects that she's made of, being Stabias. Um, when it comes to Creta, compared to Larnak and Solix, they can't beat her. Creta is always going to be the #1 swarm-related bug beast. And I do like my bug beasts, so to know that Creta is there should kind of narrow down what other bug beasts are left remaining, but also that there are more than just bug beasts on my mind. 28th place, we oh god. I just read the title of the book. Oh god. Okay. So anyway, on to another bug beast. So 28th place we have Lipida, the Shadow Fiend. Yeah, honestly I have no idea how this one beat Creta, but it beat Creta. I don't know how, I don't know why. If Lipida actually fought Creta, would she win? No, she won't win. Being honest, I think Lipida is only above Creta because when I was ranking this, I was thinking, oh, Lipida can get a really good kill with her tail in a very, I don't want to give it away, in a very extraterrestrial-like way. And with that whole idea, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use that in her round 2 battle. And then I'll explain why Lipida's above Creta. So that's what I will be doing. And that is why Lipida is 28th place. Will that killing method work? Maybe. I'm not going to give any spoilers away. I will say, though, Lipida's opponent we have seen on this list already. So it's one of the previous few beasts. Okay, 27th place. Now, I know someone who's going to be happy for this beast even being on the list. And come on, Lucas. It's me. I like my dogs. Silver is 27th place. What can not be said about Silver? I know Silver is a very popular beast, and along with Torpix, constantly at war with Torpix being the most popular beast of Series 9, which, compared to the other beasts, is not much of a competition. Because you have a Merman, which is kind of cool, a Winged Assassin, which is kind of cool. Wait, okay, hold on. Spikefin and Karaka are okay. Minos is bad. Ursus, based off an American brown bear, which I've only just figured out scientific name actually has the name Ursus in it. So that's cool. Kind of boosted a little bit of what, yeah, that scientific name for an American brown bear, having the word Ursus in it, kind of boosted what little respect I have of Ursus a tiny bit up. So yeah, Ursus is still the worst of Series 9. But anyway, Silver and Torpix are easily the best of Series 9. And for them to be constantly at war with each other on which one's the most popular, that's probably one of the few differences myself and Lucas has when it comes to this. Because he's Team Silver, I'm Team Torpix. I don't know why he's Team Silver. I'm assuming it's more mental wise for Tom and Alina. That's why he is his favourite over Torpix. For me, Torpix is my favourite for multiple reasons, but the reason it Lucas most likely thinks is because I'm born on the year of the snake, which may or may not actually be a reason. Moving on. 26th place, we have Koba, Ghoul of the Shadows. Now, actually seeing Koba not make it into the top half of this list surprised me, but also, yeah, I can see that. Koba's fallen into the background of forgettable beasts, and for a beast as iconic and kingdom destroying he is, for me to say that he's fallen to the back is this is why Koba, along with other meant to be Series 13 beasts, is having his own arc, so he can try and claw his way back into the spotlight. But at the moment, his only way of getting into the spotlight is by not dying in round 2, because otherwise Series 13 is gone, and then literally gone into the back of the pack. Because okay, Koba's the last piece standing on the Series 13, and if he doesn't win his round 2 battle without using any profanity, Koba is gonna fluff up his entire season to the point where there's no return, and he's better off just being the one that was the best. Sorry, I'm trying to watch my language, not because of the videos, but also my new job. Like, I am allowed to swear there. One of them doesn't really like swearing, so I'm trying to work on it without having to implement a swear jar, because otherwise I'm going to go into debt. So I am working on that. It's a work in progress. I think I'm doing a good job. 25th place, we have Lucor the Mountain Demon. Quite frankly, I'm surprised the Series 29 beast have made it here. But what better beast to break into the top half of the list than arguably one of the best books from the New Protectors era. And I say one of because there is one more coming up. Lucor, if you ask me, is actually quite a good book. With a quite simplistic but good beast, which reminds me a lot of Madara. Which is good because my respect for Madara has also gone up from an inside joke. So Lucor's kind of hitched onto that train and boosted his way up. But Lucor actually earns to be this high up because of abilities and overall intimidation factor, really. So yeah, Lucor deserves the 25th spot to me. 24th place, bit of a controversial pick because apparently this one is not very popular and I don't really understand, but like, I like it. I don't understand why other people don't. Chiron, Lord of Fire. So yeah, Chiron, apparently not a very popular beast. I don't understand why. I actually kind of like Chiron. I may have a bit of an obsession with fire. I'm not a pyromaniac, I promise. I'm just arsing around. That's still the best joke in all the film. Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Best joke. Yeah, but Chiron, if you ask me, I think is quite a good beast. Battle-wise, surprised me in the new generation tournament, I will be honest. I was expecting him to die early, but no, made it into the top. No, he just missed out on the top 7. In a very close fight where he lost to an 8-limbed monkey. Yeah, he's not going to let that down. He also won his battle in round 2, I think, of the all-generation tournament. So he's moving on to round 3, along with Techno Somatics. Like with the new generation tournament, he's hitching a ride with pretty much the rest of Series 26, except for the one that everyone forgets about, which is Sylexa. I haven't forgotten about you, Sylexa. I just don't like you as much. Yeah, Sylexa is easily the most unpopular of Series 26. I don't know why, but my opinion is the same as everyone else. You're welcome. 23rd place, we have Draka the Winged Serpent. Best beast of Series 29. and best beast in the new Protectors era. With the sole reason I it's a cross between a snake and a dragon. I still don't know which one it is, but that's why it's even this high. Great design, great abilities, and great battle it had there as well. I look forward to seeing how Draco would do in Battle of the Beasts. Out of all the new generation beasts, out of all the new Protectors beasts, I feel like Lucor would do the best, but Draco would be a close second. Excuse me. Talking for 45 minutes straight does a number on your throat. 22nd place, we have one of at least 3 beasts which everyone would expect me to have on this list. Wardok the Sky Terror. So, yeah. Obviously, people would expect me to have the winners of the tournaments on this list, and this is the first one. So, yeah, Wardok. I'm not saying he is the worst winner. I'm just saying he's the winner with the least attachment I have to him. I don't really know why I don't have a fond attachment of Wardok as I do with the other winners. But whilst he earned this victory, I'm not saying he didn't. I'd argue his victory journey is the best. I think it just has to do with the fact that even though Wardok has won the New Generation tournament, and in a astounding way, by the way, it doesn't change the fact that ultimately, whilst I narrated it the way I wanted to, I narrated it the way I normally do off the top of my head, I wanted the runner-up to win. And whilst my opinion hasn't changed, I also don't regret making Wardok the winner. But ultimately, I still wanted the other beast to win. So I may have a bit of animosity against Wardok for my actions. But Wardok still a great winner, and not trying to say he didn't deserve it, because he did deserve the win. Just saying, he wasn't the one that I wanted to win. But yeah, still the winner. Quite a good beast for Series 15, and quite frankly, I will be very surprised if Wardok is not on Lucas's top 50. I'm hoping at least in the top 10, because I know Lucas's respect for Wardok has skyrocketed because of the tournament that he won. 21st place, we have Noctilla the Death Owl. Now, this is the first of many beasts about to come up on this list, which are which I would class as either forgettable or unpopular, but my opinion on has changed because of how well they did in the tournaments that they were a part of. Whether it's because of a standout ability or simply getting as far as I thought they would, Noctilla is the first one where I was like, wow, you have potential to make it quite far. And that's mainly because of the hot tar off the tip of her wings. And ever since then, my liking for Noctilla has made Noctilla the best beast of Series 10 in my opinion. It's still the case today, and my opinion probably won't change, because I do like Noctilla. It'll probably stay that way. And whilst it may not be everyone's favourite Series 10, it's mine. And it will be. Nothing you can say will make me change my mind. 20th place, just breaking the top 20, we have Malix, the Silent Stalker. This beast, apart from maybe Kroko, was the favourite to win the New Generation tournament. And this one was the last beast standing of the favourites to win. Making it into the top 7 before killed unjustly by, I think it was Morax? No, you were killed by Wardok. Yeah, So, yeah. Malix was a strong beast in New Generation Tournament with the more superior Hydra ability, unlike Naga. But Malix was the last favourite to win in the New Generation Tournament, and what was the only thing that was going to kill Malix was the winner. And whilst that is true, I think that's probably what cemented in my mind that Wardock should be in the finals, because he killed a favourite to win along with a couple other brutes of the tournament so far. So I think it was only fair that Wardock had to make it into the finals there. 19th place, we have the Beast, which Amixis is constantly at competition with. And whilst I said Amixis is better than before, my mind has changed. Vespiq the Wasp Queen. Vespiq is still my girl. Like, Vespiq was my favourite beast at one point. And whilst she no longer is still one I hold close to my heart as one which is really, really cool. Really, really, I don't want to say the word. Great. Great fighting skills, combat ability is amazing, and actually doing well in this tournament. She's in round 3 of the All Generation tournament, and I'm hoping she'll last longer. I won't be surprised if she doesn't, though. But Vespiq, doing great. Proud of you. 18th place, we have a beast which hasn't done well in the New Generation tournament, but because of how well he did in his first battle in the New Generation tournament, my opinion on him has skyrocketed to be my favourite of that series, and one I may have a bit of a bias towards. Griff the Feathered Fiend. Yes, my opinion on Griff may lead me to being a tad bit biased, but given good enough narration to where Griff could win stuff, it's honestly not as bad as I thought it could be. Griff is best beast of Series 17 to me, and honestly just reminds me a lot of my favourite DreamWorks villain, being Lord Shen from Kung Fu Panda 2. Yeah, I can't say Griff is not awesome, because Griff is awesome. But yeah, Griff, I'm hoping he does well in the All Generation tournament. If he doesn't, it's fine. I'll just be upset. But I'm sure Griff is going to do great. 17th place, we have Coron Jaws of Death, the walking death machine originally. And like with Lipida, I had the same idea with Coron regarding the extraterrestrial kill he can get in round 2 of the All Generation tournament. But unlike Lipida, my respect for Coron has gone up. It was already quite high, being probably early 20s, like 23, 21 kind of ranking spot. But now he's 17th place because of this idea. And I'm hoping I can execute it. Whether I can or can't, I'll be upset. But I'm hoping it will work out. I also know Coron's opponent in round 2 of the All Generation tournament. And I break the news now. I think it's more likely Lipida's actually going to be able to do what I'm planning than Coron. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. 16th place, we have... Hold on. 16th place, we have the first beast of my favourite series of Beast Quest, which is surprising because we're at the top 16 and now I'm only mentioning Series 7. Okay. Madara the Midnight Warrior. Yeah, my third favourite of Series 7 is 16th place, whilst the other 3 are not even on this list. Wow. Being honest though, if I made it into a top 60, Convol and Elic probably would have been there. And Hellion may have been on it if it was a top 100. Maybe a top 150 or something, then he would be on there. But for me, Madara is actually a very good beast, if you ask me. And respect for has gone up because of an inside joke that I had at the start of the my channel with Madara. But now it solely comes down to her design and her agility, which is why she's up this high. I took off the nostalgia glasses when I got to where I am in the list, when making the list, and was like, Madara, honestly, you should not go any higher because I don't have a good enough reason for this. So yeah, Madara's 16th. 15th place, we have Pteryx the Winged Slicer. Now, I believe in my top 20 favourite Beast Quest books, Pteryx made it into the top 5. No, in the specials ranking, in the top 20 of all time, I generally don't know where you landed. But Pteryx, still highly regarded as a good beast to me, and was, yes, I admit, he is fading for me. I would say that, he's still sticks out to me as one of the deadliest death machines there are. Not to mention, the book actually tackled time travel quite well, if you ask me. 14th place, we have Falkor the Coiled Terror. Now this one, my opinion, did go down a little bit for. And that's just because of his design being just jet black with red. Now, I do like red and black, don't get me wrong. But I think compared to the other beast designs, it just falls a little bit flat. So that's why Falkor's 14th place. Because of lack of a, no, I wouldn't say lack of a good design, I'd say it's lack of a standout design. 13th place, we have Balisk the Water Snake. Quite frankly, the surprising beast to be here. My favourite beast is Series 8, and one which I've constantly defended over and over again as a very good beast. It's regarded as one of the worst beasts of Series 8. But to me, Balisk is better than all the beasts of Series 2. And, or 3 as well. Balisk to me is, wouldn't say the most creative beast, but a solid one of that. A solid one of that fact. One which I've only gained respect for because of the old generation tournament, because I was able to use his abilities in a way where I was like, damn, this is actually a really good beast. And for that, my opinion on Balisk has been set. Balisk is a fantastic beast, and I will always defend it as a great beast, because so many people don't like Balisk. I mentioned this in the top 20 books I did with Lucas, and I said that lots of people have a problem with Balisk, and whilst I was explaining that I would always defend it, I get interrupted by Lucas saying, I don't have a problem with Balisk, in which I respond saying, well, yeah, I know you haven't said any problems with Balisk, but it's not your favourite of Series 8. As far as I'm aware, your favourite Series 8 is Koron, which is fine, because I like Koron. But, with the exception of the interruption part, I was guessing on the fact that Balisk is a beast which doesn't get the respect that it deserves. And if I can give him the chance to get the respect he deserves, it's going to need to be done in this tournament. Because he done well enough in the old generation tournament to get some respect, and the old generation tournament is going to solidify that he deserves that respect. I just need to hope he wins the next battle. 12th place, we have the apart from Mordok and Technos, probably the most surprising beast to actually make it into the top 7 of the new generation tournament. And I may like this beast a little bit. Plexor, the Loch Ness monster, sorry, the Raging Reptile. What can I say? Plexor, I love this beast because it's based off one of my favorite myths or legends that ever existed. Apart from maybe the Phoenix, I love the Loch Ness Monster. I personally find the Loch Ness Monster fascinating. And my fascination with the Loch Ness Monster comes from mainly Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. You know, the movie which is classed as one of the most boring What's New Scooby-Doo movies. In which I'm like, hey, it's actually not that bad. I like it. And then we go to Land Before Time 5, where it has a character which resembles Loch Ness Monster, which I'm like, oh, cool, a Plesiosaurus. And then we go to Jurassic World, which has the Mosasaurus, which isn't the same but quite similar, so on and so forth. I now was like, starting to show an interest in this. And then it was around that time where I got back into Beast Quest, and then I saw Plexor's cover, in which I was like, oh, you better be good. I got it, read it whilst I was on holiday in Lanzarote, and I was like, this book is probably the best book of the new series. And with the exception of a few, that statement still holds true. It's one of the most fun to read, if you ask me, as it has treachery, betrayal, and also a bit of deceitfulness from the beast, which is always something which I love to see, especially from the Loch Ness Monster. I could talk about Plexor for ages because I genuinely love this beast. I got an obsession with mythological creatures. So naturally, for 11th place, just missing on the top 10, I had to go to another mythological creature known as the Chimera. Raksha the Mirror Demon. Yeah, so it's actually not here because of my fascination with chimeras. If you ask me personally, I'm not a big fan of chimeras. Haven't really done my research on them yet. I know what they are, just not interested in them yet. This one's only 11th place because it may or may not have won the Specials Generation tournament. Being honest, I'm not surprised that it did win, but it puts up a good enough fight to where it warrants the win. But looking back, I feel like I probably should have gave the win to Cressa. So when it comes to ranking all the winners, Wardock is my least favourite. But when it comes to ranking the winners on the most deserving, Raksha comes last. Technically, Raksha won the most intimidating, strongest tournament. But, I mean, did he deserve the win? I don't know. Personally, there was another special which I've yet to say, which I think should have won, but only lost because of this damn plot hole which I had to point out. So, yeah. Oh, I played myself for that one. I'll explain that when I get to it. But yeah. Raksha just missed on the top 10. Other than that, great beast. I think did a really good job at winning. Deserves it. Not as much as Wardock and Torpix, though. 10th place, we have the one that started it all. Furno the Fire Dragon. Come on, I had to have had this beast here. Because it is the label, the picture, the face of Beast Quest. You think of Beast Quest, you think of this. Because you think, oh, there's a boy fighting dragons. No, that's just the first book. And then it repeats itself a few times later. But Furno is the one that starts it all, hooks the readers in, and hooks me in. Was Sultra got me back into Beast Quest. Series 7 and Series 1, especially Madara, Furno, and the other Series 1 and 7 beasts I've yet to mention, those beasts got me excited for what Beast Quest has to offer. Furno does the world building. The others expand on it and make it interesting. So Furno is 10th place because I feel obligated to put it on the list. But for it to make it into the top 10, that comes down to its performance in the tournament. In the old generation tournament, he got third. He came third. Only lost to Crestor and Torpix. And whilst that's a shame, at the end of the day, he was probably one of the favourites to win. I didn't want the winner of the tournament which I was hosting and still am. I didn't want the winner to be one which everyone expects to win. I want the winner to be one which either showed the skills and potential to win, or one which people wouldn't normally look at and see, yeah, I see a winner in that beast. So I'm not saying it's rigged. I'm just saying that maybe if you avert your eyes from the fan favorite beasts to the more not very well respected ones, you might see a winner there. And I would say that I've stuck to that formula for the past 3 seasons, and whilst I may not stick to it now for the 4th season, I'm just saying, might be an idea. You might see the winner. 9th place, we have Durog, Hammer of the Jungle. Now, this one, top 4 in the new generation tournament, and did phenomenal there, making it into the top 4. A surprise entry for me. I'm surprised it made it that far, but you know what? Boosted it into my favourite, Series 22. A major upgrade from Claw. And the only downside is it lost in round 2 of the new generation, of the all generation tournament. Who by? None other than Furno. Okay, in all fairness, I probably should have put Furno above Durog, but right now, I personally like Durog more than Furno, because he had a job to do in the book, but also I found his fights that he had in the new generation tournament more iconic than the fights that Furno had in the old generation tournament. Anyway, moving on. 8th place, we have, out of the remaining beasts, probably the worst performing beast when it came to the tournaments. We have Epos the Flamebird. This is based off my favourite mythological creature of all time. And right now, phoenixes are, and still are, my favourite mythological creatures. I mean, I have a fascination with them. I personally, if I got to have any mythological creature as a pet, it'll be a phoenix. What's my favourite Harry Potter creature? Well, bit of bias. It's Fawkes. Hi, Fawkes. And there goes, I don't even know what that was. A penguin? I don't know. I have a lot of animals on my desk. I got Yoshi over there, I got Fawkes over there, and I had a penguin over there. I just need a peacock now. I like peacocks. But anyway, Epos, fantastic beast, and was already one of my favourite beasts, but my opinion on it skyrocketed in the book Gargantua, where she sacrificed herself to kill Gargantua. And whilst it's not confirmed that Epos is dead, it was heavily implied that she was, but there may be a chance that she's not. And whilst, honestly, I want Epos to come back, I would be content if she died. Because it might make for a good follow-up series, probably 5 seasons later, which I'm not a fan of the wait for. But you know what? We gotta see the new protectors, and they are fine. I think they are fine. I don't know why people keep thinking I don't like them. I do. I think they're nice. I like Catcher. I like Nolan. Wraith is boring. Myandra's kind of cool, actually. I don't know why people keep thinking I don't like them. I do. I really do. 7th place, we have Skra. The night scavenger. Also another Chimera, but this one I think is a more well-designed one, because unlike Raksha's like going for everything. Like, it's just too much, Raksha is. And whilst Raksha got a 10 out of 10 for design, looking at it now, I'd probably give it a 9. Skra, honestly, I hope your design scores a 9. You deserve it. Maybe even a 10. Scraw, sometimes simplicity is best, and that's what Scraw excels at. um, Scraw was a beast that did quite well in the New Generation tournament. Unfortunately, I believe he died to Plexor. Uh, but I still prefer Scraw over Plexor because of his overpowered ability of being able to evaporate large bodies of water in a matter of seconds, with the cause of a very, very bad weakness, which is almost as bad as Truant is in Pokemon. So it's almost like Truant. You can attack, do a really strong move, but then you need to rest and be very vulnerable to attacks. Depending what Scraw's opponent is in the next battle he does, it could either kill him or save him. I know his opponent, but quite frankly, I still don't know which way I could go on that one. Because I feel like he has a chance to win, but I also know scientifically he should or might lose. I mean, it's got to the point where I had to ask my dad, a science nerd, a science fanatic, on how he could possibly win. And whilst my dad has given a reason for how Skrar can win, he's also given me a reason how Skrar shouldn't win. And I'm like, okay, are you helping me, or are you just trying to confuse me? Because most of the time, science goes right over my head. It's like, no. But I understood it. I still don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I don't know what to do there. I'll figure it out eventually when I need to. But yeah, Scrar at the moment, 7th place, sticking it there. We're almost done. We're at the top 6 now. No idea what time it is. Yeah, no time there. No idea what the time is, but I'm losing my voice now. 6th place, we have Morax the Wrecking Menace. Like Durog, one of the semi-finalists in the New Generation tournament. And honestly, I'm surprised this one didn't win. But then again, what could beat him but the winner? Honestly, if Morax went against Lycaxa in the semi-finals, Morax would have been in the finals. Most likely. I don't know. Depends how I narrate it. But Morax, in my opinion, is a great beast and the best of Series 24. Nothing you can say can make me change my mind. And that is mainly because of the tournament, to where the New Generation tournament and the All Generation tournament, which shows Morax to be an incredible titan of fierce power and proportion, whilst Krokol, considering his reputation in the tournament, Krokol is essentially a snowflake. You blow on it, he dies. Krokol died quite early in both tournaments, whilst Morax hasn't battled in round 2 in the All Generation tournament, has done well enough in the New Generation tournament to make me think Morax is going to do great. Being honest, I'd be surprised if Morax doesn't make it into round 5. No, I'll narrow that down. I'll be surprised if Morax doesn't make it into the top 10. Because, quite frankly, Morax deserves it. Morax is a behemoth. And a much better version of Tecton. I do not care what anyone says. You can't change my mind. 5th place, we have the runner-up of the original tournament, which is Crestor, the Crushing Terror. Now, whilst I think Crestor did great in the All Generation tournament, I stand by what I say that Crestor was not going to win. It was a close battle, but ultimately, the way I narrated it, Crestor couldn't win. Now, there's not a day that goes by to where I think of how Crestor could have won, but then I just come to the realization of 2 things. 1, it's already happened, I can't change it. 2, the other beast won fair and square. There was more ways in which I could think of his opponent winning. So, being a runner-up isn't that bad. Plus, with a future tournament plan I have, in a few tournament's time, Crestor will be drafted again, and this time he may win. I'm calling it the Redemption. No, yeah, the Redemption tournament. Yeah, name of it is still in practice. But anyway, the Crestor, great beast. Honestly, was my favorite of Series 7, but then it got overtook by another beast. But, but yeah, other than that, Crestor, great beast, and quite frankly, a fantastic one to start off the top 5. 4th place, we have my favorite of beasts of the new generation at the moment, and that's Lycaxa, Hunter of the Peaks. Lucas, you've expected Lycaxa to be here because you knew my opinion. You know my opinion on Lycaxa is very highly regarded to how he did in the new generation tournament. To where it started off with me thinking, oh, he's not going to really do well because he's blind. He can't see stuff. But his sense of smell and hearing saves him and got him all the way to the finals. Only just barely losing to Wardock. I mean, if he deserved to be in that finals. And whilst I say that Morax would have beaten him, it doesn't necessarily mean so. Morax isn't necessarily the quietest beast around, is he? But to me, Lycaxa is honestly a great beast. Kind of increases my bias to doggos. But being, to me, the example of what new generation beasts can be, it gives me a high hope for the future Beast Quest. And I'm hoping there's more books like it in the future, where there's a beast which is blind, but is still very powerful. 3rd place, kicking off the top 3. Now, if you've seen this channel long enough, you already know what the top 3 is, and my opinion on the top 3 can change so often, to the point where the result of it now may not be the same next week. But right now, I'm happy with where the top 3 are at the moment, and whether it will change, I don't. Most likely will. But 3rd place, we have Carnivora, the Winged Scavenger. Carnivora is the beast which was always the one where I look at and think, you look fantastic. Simplicity is best when it comes to this, and Carnivora excels at that. Just being a giant hyena with wings. It's all you need to be great. So, with the simplistic design, along with the great abilities and the amazing fight, along with the amazing finale fight of the Beast of Tavernia against Malvel and his henchmen. A great finale, which is why Series 7 is my favourite series. But most of that is thanks to Carnivora. Carnivora made it to the semi-finals of the old generation tournament of Battle of the Beast. I'll be honest, I'm surprised she did, but I'm not complaining. Do I think Carnivora is going to make it to the semi-finals of New Generation Tournament? No. I will be honest when I say no, she's probably not going to. But I'll be damned if I'm not going to give her a good fight. Carnivora deserves a good fight. She has always done fantastic. And was the one that I believe ended the violent reign of Hawkeye in the first series. Hawkeye, honestly, very violent beast, I will be honest. 2nd place, the runner-up of my top 50 list, and probably the beast which Lucas was expecting to be 1st place. Yes, 2nd place is actually Mortax, the Skeleton Warrior. Semi-finalist of the Specials Generation Tournament, and only lost to Raksha for the sole reason of Mortax's ability of the more beasts that are in his arena, the more stronger he is. Which I took that to give him a weakness of the further he gets into the tournament, the ever so slightly weaker he becomes. And unfortunately, with over with the majority of the beasts in the arena already dead by the time he got to fight Raksha. Yeah, Mortax was not winning that. I'm upset by it. I wish I didn't implement that rule, but it's a rule which I implemented so it doesn't give Mortax the stupid overpowerness he would have had. So it's a fair rule, and whilst I'm not happy with having to implement that, it's still fair. Other than that, Mortax, fantastic beast. Honestly, probably the best fight in all of Beast Quest is in Mortax. Abilities, honestly, not the most creative, but still very good. Design, fantastic. And you got a weakness that you could see on the cover. Yet he defends it with his mastery of a scythe. He is the Grim Reaper without the cloak. He is a fantastic beast. And this is one which I'd always recommend to anyone trying to get into Beast Quest. I'll say, hey, read this. This is the best. But then I'll also say, read Furno. Start off good, then go to the specials, because they're better. I don't really like recommending the best book first, but I know sometimes I do. And that is Mortax. But number one, rather fittingly, the best beast, in my opinion, is not only the winner of the old generation tournament of Battle of the Beasts, but is also the guardian of the Eternal Flame. And continuing on the debate that myself and Lucas has with the Series 9 beast on whose team we're on, I'm on Team Torpix. Torpix the Twisting Serpent is my favourite beast at the moment because of his important job. You got Series 22 beasts having their own jobs, and whilst they have jobs, they're not as important as protecting the Eternal Flame. And then you have how Torpix did in the old generation tournament, in which he did fantastic. He won, but he didn't skip around unlike Furno and Crestor did, but he won every fight fair and square. And as the tournament continued, he just surprised me because I was like, okay, I expected you to win round 1. Like, come on, you're a good beast. Round 2, okay, top 20, starting to get noticed. Round 3, okay, top 10, wow, well done. Top 5 then, and I was like, oh, you actually have a chance to win this now. Top 3, him against Furno. I'm like, oh, you've done fantastic so far. Are you gonna win though? Then he made it to the finals against Crestor, and I was like, and I'm like, okay, my opinion on you has definitely changed. Originally, at the start of the old generation tournament, he was still my favorite Series 9, but I always just don't give him a second look. But now I'm like, you are fantastic. Always have to look at Torpix every time I go through my books, just to think, yeah, you deserve that win. Torpix, if you ask me, is the most deserving beast of any of the victors to win a Battle of the Beasts tournament. Because you got Wardock, who proved himself by killing almost unkillable beasts. You got Raksha, who won by taking advantage of Mortax's weakness, but also creativity against Cressa. They deserved their wins, but nowhere near as much as Torpix, because he won in a good old-fashioned brawl to the death. Not to mention, with his job, if he lost, I think he should get fired. Simple as. Like, with his job of protecting the Eternal Flame, if he lost the tournament, he should have got fired. But yeah, Torpix deserved the win. I still stand by that. And right now, Torpix is my favourite beast of all of Beast Quest. Will that change? Next week? Probably. Might be Mortax, might be Carnivora. Not sure. Heck, for all you know, next week my favourite beast might be Claw. Nah, I'm joking. Claw is my least favourite beast and will always be my least favourite beast. No, I'm not going to do my top 50 least favourite beasts because I'm just going to get frustrated as the video goes on. Plus, I'm not doing another hour-and-a-half long video. Not for a while anyway. But until then, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down in the corner below. Lucas, I look forward to seeing your version of this, if you do one. And until then, I'll see you next time.